All right, we've been talking about multiplication with decimals, and I hope you understand how the decimal moves when we multiply by whole numbers and decimals together. Now we want to talk about division this week, and division is a little bit different. It's actually a little easier than multiplying can be. So we're going to look at division of decimal numbers by whole numbers. So here's our problem. We have a swimming relay, and Brianna and 3 other swimmers won a relay in 5 and 68 minutes. What's the average time that each girl swam? So a relay race, if you don't know, means you have 4 participants, and they each run or swim a certain distance, and the total amount of time that it took all 4 of them to finish is their total time. So Brianna swims, and then she passes it off to another girl, and she swims, and so forth until 4 of them have swam. And that total time was 5 and 68 minutes. So if we want to find an average, that means that we just want to find out how long each one of them would have gone, or how fast would each one of them have taken or gone if they each did the same amount. So that's a division problem, and we can show a model right here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hundredths. No, 4, 8, 10 hundredths of a minute, so that's 5 minutes, plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 60 hundredths plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hundredths. So 5 and 68 hundredths split into 4 even pieces. But we can work that as a division problem too. And if you look at this, it looks just like a regular division problem. The only difference is there's a decimal here. So let's ignore the decimal for now. All right. How many times will 4 go into 5? Well, it goes 1 time. 1 times 4 is 4. And if we do the subtraction there, we're going to subtract, and that leaves 1 left over. Now, we have to share the next part, the tenths. So first we're going to bring down, we have our 1 here, and we bring down our 6. How many times will 4 go into 16? Well, 4 goes into 16 4 times. 4 times 4 is 16, and there's nothing left over. Okay, so 4 times 4 is 16, nothing left over. We still got one more digit right here, though. So let's move on to step 3 and refresh what we had. So it was 1, and that was 4. 4 times 4 is 16, which is 0. Bring down your 8. 4 goes into 8 how many times? 2. 2 times 4 is 8, and 8 minus 8 is 0. So that's all there is. But we have a decimal. We have a decimal in the dividend. So all I want to do is take that little guy there and move it right up here. It goes right above. That's where it goes. So each girl swam an average of 1 and 42 hundredths minutes. Now that's not very hard. That's not really any harder than regular division. We just have to figure out where to put that decimal. So let's go down a little bit more. Sometimes there aren't enough digits in the dividend to finish the problem. So there's a way to solve that. And the way that we solve that is by adding more digits. We can do that when it's a decimal. So let's work this example. 4 divided into 45 and 8 tenths, or 45 and 8 tenths divided by 4. How many times will 4 go into 4? It goes 1 time. 1 times 4 is 4. Subtract, and we have 0 left. Now we share the 5. 4 goes into 5 1 time. 1 times 4 is 4. And we subtract, and there's 1 left. And we bring down the 8. 4 goes into 18 4 times. 4 times 4 is 16. 18 minus 16 is 2. So that means we still have more to do, but what am I going to do with that? I don't know what to do now because I'm out of numbers. Well, with decimals, it's easier because we already know that I can add zeros after this 8 all day long, and it doesn't change the value of that number. So let's go over here. Let's add a 0 to the dividend right here. You see, there's the 0 we're adding, and then we bring down that 0. So this was a 2. Now there's a 0 there. Oh, now we can divide. So we had a 1, and a 4. And 4 goes into 20. How many times? 5 times. 5 times 4 is 20. And there's nothing left. And our 0 can still go, or our decimal, excuse me, can still go directly above right here. Not hard, is it? That's a lot easier. We don't have any remainders this way. We find out exactly what we need to know. Let's try one more. One more. Let's try, well, let's just try number 3. Well, no, we'll just look at this decimal point here. Write the quotient with the decimal point placed correctly. Well, here is a quotient, 246. Well, that's not the right decimal place, though. An easy way to fix this is if we just rewrote it as 2 on the outside there and 4.92. Now we know that the answer is 246. Where did the decimal point go? Right above. So 2 and 46 hundredths is the answer. That's not really that hard. We're just placing decimals, and we can do that by rewriting the problem as you would solve it with long division. So I would like for you to go on and work the rest of these problems on this page. I will post them on the Haiku page along with this video. Do that, do your crossword in science, and have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday.